Hi and welcome back to the channel. This is Rideshare Buddy UK and my name's Kevin and I'm stuck in Bristol. This is going to be a Valentine's Day ride along from Chepstow. I've just done my first job, came out of the St Pierre Hotel into central Bristol for £30. So I'll put that up on the chart when we start the music. And I think Uber are beginning to sort out the issue that I had with Chepstow and the mapping, and part of Chepstow being in the Bristol and England region. I tried to do it online for the help. They just kept saying do it through the app, and you can report mapping issues through the app. You can on a per trip basis, but you can't sort of send in feedback about an area which should be in one area, not in the other, so to speak. So eventually I gave up and went down to the Green Light Hub in Cardiff. Very good there. Explained what the situation was, and they said they'll send a report to the mapping division, which I believe they did. And I think we're beginning to get a little bit of response from that report now. So last week when I was down in Chepstow, if I plotted a route from, say, the castle to the racecourse, it would go to Bristol. I tested it today and it goes to Wales, so I could see myself. So castle sorted. The restaurants and the pubs down the bottom end of town are coming back and saying we're currently having problems plotting it, please try again later. Last week it was all going to Bristol. Tesco's is saying we're having problems, please try later. And the only issue that I now have is the station, Chepstow railway station is still plotting out to Bristol. But it looks like they are working on it. So we'll see what happens over the next few days to see whether or not they have sorted it out. So anyway, I started at I got into Chepstow at 12:15, and I plugged into the BP Pulse 50s over there. Then about 15 minutes later I got this job, so I left the BP Pulse with about 30% charge. I'm down to about 26 now, but I'm in Bristol. So rather than go back to the Chepstow now, back to the 50s, which I'm going to take an hour to charge up, I'm going to pop into the Ionity at Eastgate. And hopefully I should be charged up in about 20-30 minutes at most, because those are 350 kilowatt chargers. But the ones over in Ionity at Mega are not particularly great, so I'm hoping these are going to be better, because I want to be charged up and back in Chepstow fairly soon. Time now is 1:30. It took 40 minutes to do this truck job into central Bristol, but not too bad at all. So we shall see what happens with the mapping over the next couple of weeks, if that gets sorted. And today, it's Friday the 14th of February. It is Valentine's Day. Let's see if Chepstow can produce the goods on Valentine's Day. So here we are. We were at 26%, 53 miles in the clock, and we've plugged into some 350 kilowatt chargers. Ionity at Bristol M32, and we've got 45 minutes to a 90% charge, which is great, because it'll give me time to go to the loo and grab a cup of coffee, and then we'll get ready for today's shift. Time is 1:30, so 2:15, and I'll be back in Chepstow by 2:30 at latest. That was a nice little start to the shift, a £30 job, and hopefully Valentine's Day we really should make £150 to £200 without too much of a problem here. Let's have a quick look. £31.70 that job came to. Yesterday I had quite a good day for Thursday. There's quite a lot of last minute bookings coming out of OTS at the moment, and I picked up 2 yesterday. One going out to Bristol Airport. 20 minutes later, plane was landing to bring somebody back. So that was a nice £120 round trip to Bristol Airport from Newport. And I did £50 on Uber Priority as well. So not too bad for a Thursday, really. Hopefully today it's going to be a good one. But that's it. Let's get the music started. I'll slip in that last job I've just done into Bristol, and we'll keep a track of what we're going to do in this shift.
One day, like a tidal wave, a hurricane, like a thunderstorm, the pouring rain, it comes rolling in, and right away, oh, it hits you like a ton of lead. Oh yeah, it'll mess with your head. You won't know where to begin. You can't keep up, you fall behind. You lost your aim, can't clear your mind. Like a fire burning wild, a freight train you can't stop. Like a nightmare, but this time you don't wanna wake up. It pulls you in, it takes over. You just can't let go of the worst, best thing that's ever happened to you. No way, this is real, no it can't be true. Maybe for someone else, but not for you. Still you pray that it'll stay and hit you harder, don't go away. Hit you deeper, running through your veins for one more day. Lost your aim, can clear your mind. Like a fire burning wild, the freight train you can't stop. Like a nightmare, but this time you don't wanna wake up. Pulls you in, it takes over. You just can't let go of the worst, best thing well that's ever happened to you. Fall behind. You lost your aim, can clear your mind. Like a fire burning wild, a freight train you can't stop. Like a nightmare, but this time you don't wanna wake up. Like a fire burning wild, a freight train you can't stop. Like a nightmare, but this time you don't wanna wake up. It pulls you in, it takes over. You just can't let go of the worst, best thing that's ever happened to you. Oh, the worst, best thing ever happened to you.
Right, that's it. It's 10 past 10 and I'm heading home. It's not been too bad a day. I was actually quite surprised how much I did make, because it didn't feel as though I'd made any money at all. But as soon as I get home, I'll run through the jobs that we did and how much I've made. Okay, so finally home. So let's have a look at today. In total, I did 116 miles. Now that includes mileage coming to and from Chepstow. That was 34 miles. And I did £126 or thereabouts. You'll see it up above. So I actually made more pounds per mile than I did miles that I used, so that's quite good. But let's quick look at the jobs. Did 2 jobs on TaxiCaller. First was 4.9 miles, £12.90. Second was 4.49 miles again for £12.71. So those were the 2 TaxiCaller jobs. Let's have a quick look at the Uber. Did 96.57 on Uber. I failed the task, the quest. You had to do, I think it was 14 jobs, and I did something like 7. But I'm on for this weekend's quest. The weekend quest, I think, is 7 jobs, and I've done 4, something like that. No, 14 jobs, and I've done 7 already. So 96.57. Let's have a quick look at the breakdown. We started off at 12.23 was the first job from the St Pierre Country Club into Bristol, central Bristol, £31.70 for 20.47 miles. I've got to stop doing these Bristols. They're not good at all. But it did give me a chance to charge up at Ionity. I spent an hour there, wandered around the shops, what it was charging. Hopefully I don't get penalty charge. But anyway, £31.70 for 20.47 miles. Then we had a Chepstow, central Chepstow to central Chepstow, 3.17 miles for £9.94. That was standard Uber X. So you get some good rates with Uber X out. When you're away from the pack, Uber does give some quite good rates. So 3.17 miles for £9.94. And for Uber X, 1.18 miles for £6.92. These are all around central Chepstow. Then had a Uber X Priority, 3.76 miles for £11.84. Then we had another St Pierre Uber X, 3.13 miles for £8.36. Another St Pierre, then Uber X Priority, 1.74 miles for £9.89. Then we had a 2.88 miles Uber X for £10.28. And the final job was 1.91 miles for £7.64. Pretty much running around central Chepstow, so that's why I've got quite a good return on my total mileage, because there was very little dead miles. Apart from that, Bristol does have a lot of dead miles. But actually, I was quite impressed with how much I made, considering I didn't do a great number of jobs, and I had an hour's break, and the traffic around Chepstow is horrendous. So I took another 40-minute break, and then the traffic died down a bit. So I had about an hour and 40 minutes off that time. So that was, 10 hours in total? No, 11, 9 and a half hours in total, minus 1 hour 40 that I had off. So about 8 hours. So that's all right for 8 hours. About 125 in total. So that's it. Thanks for watching. That was St Valentine's Day in Chepstow. Not a bad shift. Not a great deal of money. I would have expected more if I was in Newport, because it is St Valentine's Day and the busiest day of the year for taxis. But even so, nice leisurely evening, some nice passengers, some nice customers, and a reasonable amount of money. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care, safe driving, and make that profit.